Now back to that special report about the bright lights of the Las Vegas Strip that are known across the world. The city has certainly grown and changed over the decades, and so have those iconic illuminated casino signs.
This weekend, the Neon Museum, which works to preserve our historic signs as pieces of artistic and historical importance, celebrates its 10-year anniversary.
And now for the very first time, we are getting a look at how some of the city and valley's most famous signs came to be.
Kim Passoff has the story in a Fox 5 special report.
If you look back at the history of Las Vegas, its iconic neon signs illuminate the past. From characters like Vegas Vic and Vegas Vicky to name signs like the Stardust. Neon signs nearly synonymous with Sin City.
A lot of other towns, they keep a lot of their older buildings around, but as you know, Las Vegas is very notorious for demolishing and imploding buildings. So sometimes these signs are the only pieces left.
Now the Neon Museum has more pieces of history's puzzle to share. The family of late artist and prolific sign designer Charles Bernard, donating his original sketches to the museum, recently shared with the public for the first time via Zoom.
His mother would actually encourage him to draw in church to keep him occupied and not distract his sibling.
A World War II and Korean Army vet, Bernard lived in Stockton, California, home of Ad Art Signs, some 500 miles from Las Vegas, the city whose skyline he would help to define.
One of the first few major spectacular signs on the Las Vegas Strip that Ad Art had their hand in was the Bonanza Casino.
The Ad Art signs, all fabricated in Stockton, had to be broken down in sections and trucked in from California.
1967, Ad Art created the tallest sign in the world at the time.
This 184-foot-tall glittering tower was the concept of Bernard for the property owned by Howard Hughes, one of the then richest and most influential men in the world. Bernard also created this model, the next Ad Art masterpiece, the Stardust sign, climbing 4 feet higher just a year later in the location where the Strip's newest multi-billion-dollar mega casino, Resorts World, now stands. This is a photo of the concept presented to then casino owner Alan Glick.
Here we have the Sassy Sally sign designed by Charles Bernard.
Sassy Sally's on Fremont Street at the corner of First would become Mermaids, closing back in 2016 to make way for Circa, now home to one of Vegas's all-time most iconic neon signs.
Vegas Vicky was another Charles Bernard design.
You will find his signature on the bottom of her boot. Vegas Vicky sat atop the Glitter Gulch Casino when it opened in 1980, across from her boyfriend, Vegas Vic. But the character of Vegas Vicky dates back to the 1950s.
You'll notice that beautiful lady wearing a belt that says Vegas Vicky. She was actually a hostess for the Pioneer Club.
Vicky came to life in neon at the hands of skilled artists who fabricated and painted her without the help of computers.
The photo on the right shows how many people were working on her at one time.
A lot of these sign designers were such true artists.
Vicky got a refresh before she became the centerpiece of Circa in 2020. Vegas's darling now has her own look-alike contest, even her own blonde beer.
This location actually was the site of the original railroad tracks that came through Las Vegas.
One of the first neon signs in the city sat atop this railroad station, demolished in the 60s to make way for the Union Plaza, now known as the Plaza. The casino sign, also a Charles Bernard creation.
The beautiful cascading waterfall of lights, as he claims.
From rendering to reality, Bernard also played a role in the signs at the Mirage and the lettering that still stands at the Golden Nugget. He even had the original concept for this towering illuminated skyscraper, with lights visible from everywhere in Vegas. He called it Vegas World.
And it still stands today as the Stratosphere.
Through the lens of Bernard, over 4 decades, the city came to look much brighter. The mastermind behind the design of Vegas icons like Vegas Vicky and the Plaza, signs that outlived their designer, he has left a lasting legacy in lights and a style that is part of Las Vegas's distinctive history and its glowing future. Kim Passoff, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
The Neon Museum's 10th anniversary is this weekend. They're offering special tours, including downtown and Jungle Palace, Siegfried and Roy's former estate.